McKinley.
That in 24 days, I'm going to Florida.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Sounds
Very
awesome.
cool. All right. In 0 seconds when this is over, will you be ready in 1 minute, Mr. Charles?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
All right, so we'll do this. Everybody stand up.
What are you sleeping, brother?
I'm gonna be a caring tree. Every time you do something nice for someone, you hang a heart on the tree. That way you can see how kindness grows.
If you want to do something nice, I suggest helping me with my homework.
The subtle new animation of the peanuts. This is so interesting. Just tell it's new. Wait, really?
Oh, wow. Like a lot of
Nope, his ear.
That's so interesting.
That's another heart for the caring tree. Snoopy, looks like you've been very kind.
Too much caring.
Oh. All right.
Peanuts.
Not an exercise one, but a good morning message here.
Take care.
What? Noodle?
Reminder,
Sit down.
2 things. Raise your hand to talk and make smart choices.
I didn't do good news.
Okay.
Perfect. Nope, I'm good. I actually have it right there. All good. I missed a few of the good news. Can I have 2 more good news real quick that haven't shared yet? Okay, Lincoln.
That my frisbee, my gigantic frisbee, yesterday, it flew out of the gutter of my roof, and then we played with it, and it was gigantic. So I threw it, and it went so high, and I could hear the tag keep on going up and down. And then my dad said, put it in this toy bin. So I put it in, and then I went inside. And then today I'm going to play with it with my big brother and my
Awesome.
big sister.
Real quick, Lincoln, how big is gigantic? Like how big are we talking?
Probably right here to here.
Jeez. That's a good use of the word gigantic. Mallory, I'd love to hear.
Today's my 3rd student council meeting.
Okay, cool. What part do you play on the student council? Are you just in the student council, or do you have a role?
You're just in this.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. We'll share good news a little bit later. So that was it for right now. So we'll be going through a few of our amazing words, everyone. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at these 3 words. We kind of talked about instruments in our morning work, but I just want to make 100% sure that we know all of these words going into the week, because we'll be talking about it even more with our fire story or our firefighter story. So does anyone know what the word operation means? There's a few different ways you can use it, but we're going to look for one specific meaning here. Allison, I saw your hand first. Or Allie, sorry. You have an idea what operation means?
Yeah.
Let us know. What is it? Okay, so it's something that you need tools for. Okay, that's one part of it for sure. Caleb.
It's like a medical procedure or.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically, I'm pretty sure the one that we're talking about is medical.
Right, yeah, that's very good. We'll use that definition. So Caleb, based on the definition you just gave me, which of those sentences do you think operation would fit into?
The animal doctor has to do.
Thank you. Can you read that out loud for everyone, loudly?
The animal doctor has to do and blank on pets that get hurt.
Good. Paste that in there. This is very similar to what you guys were doing on the laptops yesterday. Good. animal doctor has to do an operation on pets that get hurt. Can anyone think of any examples in their own lives where there was an operation, maybe on a family member or on a pet that they got hurt on and then they got better afterwards? And Terry, I saw your hand first.
My grandpa.
Had an operation.
Yeah, because he has cancer.
Mm-hmm. Is he doing better? I think you were telling us about.
No, his levels got worse and he almost had to stay a night.
Okay. Is he out of the hospital now?
The doctor said that they're just gonna keep him in for another night just to see.
Okay. Well, keep us updated on that. We definitely want to see that he gets better. Sawyer, can you use an example from your own life too?
That my grandpa he was in the hospital because he had really bad cancer.
Okay.
But they had to like cut a few parts in his body to get like all the diabetes out of him.
Right.
Like and like very toxic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't die.
Okay. I have an example too. We'll move on to the next one right after this. But I had a dog bite me right here on my lip, and it wasn't really an operation because they didn't like cut me open or do something crazy. But I got stitches right here on my, you can't really see, but on my lip. Yeah, my first time getting stitches. That was awesome. So back down to 0. We're gonna switch to the next one. Class.
Yes.
Let's move on to the next one. Thank you for your examples. I'll ask some new people for the next one. We'll talk later, Joseph. Okay, next word, instruments. So we had a lot of people think that that's something that you eat, right? But instruments, you can use those to play music. So Garrett, what are 2 instruments you can think of right now?
Flute and guitar.
Good. And what instrument does Squidward use?
A clarinet.
Clarinet. Good. Joseph, I want to ask you again, which of these sentences do you think instruments would work into? So Mr. Barnes has to blank maple syrup, or has to instruments maple syrup into his car. Sometimes people need a blank to take care of them, and I like to use a blank to play music. So which of those sentences would instruments work into? The bottom one? Good. Okay, let's post that right here. And interestingly enough, you can use the word instruments to apply to a lot of different things too. For example, you can use medical instruments in an operation. Can anyone use the word instruments in their own lives, or apply it to their own lives? I'm going to call on someone that was being very attentive, wasn't freaking out. Xander, what do you think?
Last weekend I got to play my guitar and my sister played with me with her flute.
Oh, sweet. You have a specific song you like to play on the guitar?
No.
No? Okay, you just like to play it. Good. Okay, Kelsey.
My sister has a piano and I played it, so I played on the piano.
Is there any songs that you like to play on it?
No.
That's so cool. I've always wanted to learn how to play the piano.
I'm not.
And then Emerson.
My sister is, I know she's begging to try to learn how to play the piano, but she's only 5 years old. And my
Yeah.
mom's like, she doesn't really know if she'll like it.
Okay.
But
That's a good thing to
gave
try
my
when you're
sister a toy guitar.
Awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, next one. The word, can anyone sound this word out for me that raises their hand? This next word right here that I'm highlighting. Actually, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do that snazzy new thing that Mr. Barnes taught us. Go to format, text, strike through. Can anyone help me sound out this word? Let's see. Ava. Lug. Everyone say lug. Lug. Good. Okay, so how can we use the word lug in a sentence? What does it mean to lug something? Ava, try again. Or go ahead. You don't know? Does anyone have any idea? Charlotte.
Like have to
push something, kind of the pick something up and put it somewhere. It's something that's very heavy. So what sentence would lug work into, Miss Charlotte? Mr. Barnes has to lug maple syrup into his car?
Yeah.
Or sometimes people need a lug to take care of them. No. A lug. That's not a noun, that's a verb. Good. I should probably make sure that this isn't capitalized because this is in the middle of the sentence, right? Gee whiz. Okay. So, does anyone have any examples of how they have lugged something in their life? Let's take someone new. Owen.
My brother, he never gets up from the couch, so I have to lug him off of it.
Nice.
It's really hard.
Yeah, yeah, it's something that's very heavy to lug off. Kinley.
When I moved into Middleville, my parents had to lug all the furniture.
Good. So when you moved to Middleville, yeah. My parents moved all the way from Florida to Michigan, and we took a big RV with all of our stuff in it, and we had to lug everything out and put it into our new house in Middleville. Right, plugging it back in, yeah. Let's take one more, Hendrix.
One time I tried lifting it like 300, 400 pounds dumbbell, and I always want to lift it up. Like, I lifted it up and sent me off the ground.
Jeez. Like Chris Bump said, dude, that's insane. He's a bodybuilder. That's 400 pounds, you said? Jeez. I don't even think I could. Wow. Yeah, I couldn't even lift that even an inch off the ground. Everyone say, Hendrix, you're so strong.
Hendrix, you're so strong.
That's the truth. Okay. So, caretaker. I like this word. Can anyone understand what caretaker means? Addison. To take care of something, yes. Yes, you do. A caretaker does take care of someone. Where would you find a caretaker, Ava?
Most.
Like what jobs would they have?
Well, their jobs, like
Doctors, nurses, right?
Because they try to get them, like, their stuff out of them, or making them, like, happen, like something happened. And they can also keep you healthy, and they can help you not get sick.
Good, thank you. Boys in the back, I'm not going to call on your raised hands if you're talking during when Ava's talking, okay? Not all of you, but there is some talking over there, so just be aware of that. Thank you, Ava. Obviously, this is going to go in our last blank right here. Let's see. I'm going to ask a few more questions about these. Has anyone had any experience with a caretaker? I keep saying caretaker. A caretaker in their own lives? Lincoln. Oh, sure. Yes. Garrett.
My grandma, she slipped. She was walking up the stairs. She slipped because she had a slipper on.
Right.
And she fell down the stairs and kind of sort of broke her leg.
Oh, did you let us know about that at some point? Like, did that happen recently, or is that a while ago?
That was it's like a month ago.
Okay, a month ago. Yeah, jeez.
And her this part of her leg was broken, and her knee was.
Oh, jeez.
So she needed a caretaker to make her breakfast.
Right.
Lunch.
Did she need an operation to get any of that fixed?
I don't know.
Okay. But she just kind of had to heal from it. Okay. We'll take one more. Sawyer, I haven't heard from you yet.
This wasn't when I was alive, but my dad told me this, that my brother, he broke his skull, and they had to feed him and he couldn't eat, so they had to give him soft food so he doesn't have to chew. He can just swallow.
And you had to take a caretaker to help him out as
Yeah.
well? Kind of like your parents took on the role of caretaker. Aren't you guys thankful for caretakers in your lives? It's so helpful. Real quick, so we have time for the next thing. We have learned about compound words in our last units, a few units ago. Can someone see any compound word out of the words that we just used? You see any compound words out of the words operation, instrument, slug, and caretaker? Charlotte. Operation. So, what we could say about operation is that the word operate, so I can write that real quick. Operate. Operate is a root word right here, and then the suffix that we learned about today in morning work, ION, that is the suffix right there, and that's operation is the root word, but it's not a compound word. Joseph. Yes, of course. Caleb.
Caretaker.
Caretaker. Why is it a compound word?
Because care is a word of takers.
Good. Perfect. Okay. Ava, want to finish this off? We had another thing to say. Instrument. We'll have to learn about.
Instrument is not really a word.
I don't think that would work. I see what you're saying because in is a word, right? Like in is one word. I don't think struments is a word, right? I don't think I've heard of that word. But that's a good thought because we could think about in as some sort of prefix. Okay. Thank you, everyone. That's it for right now. We're going to be transitioning into our new thing.
1, 2, 3. Eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
All right. I need everybody to stand up, head back to your desk, clear off your desk. Make sure you don't have any distractions in front of you.